Bildy here, coming at you live from under the bunk in a hostel. It's a bunker in a hostile. Hear that music? I don't know if you can pick that up or not. We seem to be upstairs from a techno bar. At least I got the room to myself again. Oh, my little Ukrainian friend left. I guess he's Ukrainian. He said, "Slava Ukraine!" He's very upset that I didn't want to talk to him much because he found out I was an American. He was very excited about that. And I says, "I don't really like America very much." Boy, did he get mad. He's telling me how Putin's a killer and everything. Anyway, he proved his type, you know. Guy's a pig. He'd sit there with his phone on real loud in the middle of the night. I had to tell him, get some earphones or turn it off, bud. I don't want to sleep, you know. Anyway, he's gone. And he was in this one. I was in that one. Now he's gone. I'm in this one. I look up and it jammed back up in here. I saw something. I pulled it out. It hadn't been there long, I don't think. It was wrapped up in a napkin. Freaking toy. The dude's freaking banging narcotics of some kind. I don't think he's a diabetic. He would have wrapped it up and stuffed it up here like an addict instead of, you know, putting it in the trash or something. Yeah, he left a freaking point in here. A needle junkie. Slava Ukraine! Well, fortunately, I guess he's a cowardly needle junkie because he's here instead of out on the front getting massacred. Well, I guess that's unfortunate. Anyway. I'm like Forrest Gump. I just bump into all these phenomenon. Oh, he had his buddy here when I got back, too. But they all left a couple of days ago. I've had the place myself. Anyway, still working on my visa. I got to ask some people some questions and see whether I get it or not. And if I don't, I guess I'm going to go to Istanbul and then try to come back from there. It's a little more risky and a lot more expensive, but, you know, I might have to end up going back to the U.S. because that little insight I got in Poland, you know, well, we'll let you in if you go straight for the U.S. from here. They're trying to make me do that. I think the State Department's leaning on everybody to do it. Istanbul's a NATO member too, or Turkey is. Very unreliable one, but nonetheless, we'll see what happens. I'm just a little fishy, but they set things up to catch us too, to guide us into right think. It's amazing how the system works, and I've been in a position to study it for a long time. Want to hear some conspiracy theories? It's not conspiracy, though. I mean, they've set this stuff up. Why do they have the internet? Why do they have all this information going around if they could just shut it off? Well, I think there's elements that want to shut it off because people are going off the reservation. People are organizing. People are pushing back. And they're doing it with the media platforms that the powers that be control. Why do they let them do it? Because they need something else, too. They need to monitor them. They need the data. And they're still building this huge worldwide algorithm monster. And they need to study us, and they need to get all the data and get everything organized and put in place. I've done a lot of research in mass marketing and neuro-linguistic programming, all these mass behavioral control techniques. And it's been several years ago I was really looking into that. And when you talk to people about that, they think you're crazy. Well, why would they do that? That's conspiracy theory. Why wouldn't they do it? It's the key to controlling everything. You don't know how these people think. And you look at their TED Talks and you read their books, you read the elite books, the books that the most powerful people on the planet and the wealthiest people on the planet have written over the last 100 years. You need to read those. Jay Dyer's got a good list of them. He is an excellent scholar of these books. He calls them the globalist books, and I've read a lot of them myself. And I know how they think. They view the entire planet as their property. And you're not one of them. You're nothing but a pest that inhabits that planet. And you need to be managed. And the thing of most primary importance to them right now is getting the population down. That a lot of, they think that the vast majority of us need to be just exterminated. And they got to be smart about how they go about it, but they tell you that. I mean, and what's amazing is there's so many people that agree with them because of spiritual pride. Oh yes, the Earth is overpopulated. We need to get rid of all these humans because they're bad for the planet. They think that makes them look like real intellectual, spiritual, virtuous people. They don't have a place at the table. I guess they're assuming that they'll be allowed to. Oh, I'm going to die anyway, so I don't care. And it's not just an elite thing either. Uncle Cletus does that shit too sometimes. He's sitting across the table from Uncle Cletus and he's talk about a war going on or an earthquake. Yeah, that gets rid of all excess population. That's population control. It's just the only difference between him and some university professor is just a matter of register. It's your high register and your low register. Poles of the same beast, and the beast is based in virtue signaling and spiritual pride and theatrics. It's not based in reality. The world's not overpopulated. Nobody even knows how many people there are. They're probably lying to you about that, too. Anyway, the means of control that they're setting up where they can manage us completely is the Great Reset. Klaus Schwab will tell you all about it if you want to look at his books and look at his TED Talks and his speeches in front of Davos. Klaus Schwab is the representative of the Davos crowd, the most powerful and influential and wealthy people on the freaking planet. He's their, I would say, front guy. I think he's kind of a project manager. He does have a little power. He's not a Ronald McDonald figure, like just an avatar like Musk. He's actually calling some of the shots, I think. And he says, "You will own nothing and be happy." He's not a hypocrite. Klaus Schwab is not a hypocrite. You see him going around in his jets, and he's got his, $1,000 suits on and going wherever he wants and doing whatever he wants, but he tells you that you're going to own nothing and you're going to be managed and you'll be happy about it. He's not being hypocritical, though. He doesn't own anything, I'm quite sure of it. Most of these people at that level don't. He doesn't own his own socks. Everything he has is held by some sort of property holding company. And he directs it, or he has underlings manage it for him, so he's freed up to, go about sewing things up all over the world to get the Great Reset going. His valet goes and purchases socks and washes them and folds them and sterilizes them and puts them in his suitcase or his drawer in the hotel or his house, and he gets money from it. I mean, he owns this company, and it makes a profit, and it does everything for him, and he gets money from it. I mean, these are foundations. They get tax money, they get grants, and they get the profits from the corporations. When you have Disney and Netflix and Walmart, all that money goes to these people, and that's how they run their lives. They make money off everything. Getting your fucking valet to fold you... Freaking, okay, I said freaking, okay? Cool down. I still got to work on my... vulgar language. I've been under a lot of pressure lately. They make money off getting their socks folded. They don't own anything. They're happy. Well, that's what they want for you. The only difference is you won't make money and you won't decide what socks to wear and where they go and who folds them. You'll fold them your freaking self. And you'll pay for it. And you'll be controlled. If you want socks, you better not say anything they don't like, or no socks for you. It's a different way of owning nothing and being happy that they have for you than they have for themselves. Is that hypocrisy? Well, I guess so. You're a pest. They're the owners. And they betray that attitude in everything they say and everything they write. You can see it. And what's amazing is there's a large amount of the population, a large percentage of the population, ranging from college professors and pastors, the Unitarian Church, or the lesbian pastor couple in the Lutherans or the Episcopal, from these high-toned people all the way down to Uncle Cletus that agree with them. Yeah, we gotta get the population down. God, what idiots. They're analyzing everything you do. That's why the internet is the social platforms, the social media. It goes on. They're introducing controls and they're seeing how it works and seeing how people react to it. Last time I checked, it's been a while since I really studied this stuff. As I know how it works, and I know where it's going. I don't need it anymore. So the information is probably much different now than it was when I looked into it. When I looked into it, there were 1,100 different profiles, or we can call them archetypes, avatars, representatives of you. You fit in a category. There was 1,100 categories. I'm sure there's a lot more than that now. They analyze people through their interests, what they like, what they don't like, what they buy, what they say. It all goes together and they're put into a slot. There were 1,100 different slots. It's pretty precise. It's probably a lot more than that now, because they have these programs that can run through all this stuff and sort things. You've been sorted. You're in one of those slots. It's got a code. Everything you do adjusts your slot and fine-tunes it and probably makes more slots to put people in. And these slots inform the machine on how to influence you. These slots have a response to this slot. Okay, say that you betray yourself in everything. What you like, what you look at, how long you look at something, where your mouse goes on it. Everything. They're watching everything. There's not some person, some little, midget behind a curtain staring at it. It's a machine. And it's programmed, and that's all analyzed. One person can analyze thousands and thousands and thousands of people and run the information upstairs, and then people in Schwab's group make the decisions. They're building a religion. They're widening out the lanes, making it faster, stronger, better. And you're going to get sucked into it if you don't watch it. I don't have anything to hide. They can look and analyze everything they want with me. I'm an outlier, baby. I probably queer the system up a little bit for them. I flatter myself to think that, but they watch you and say, you start digging for something that they don't want you to really know. You start digging for things that they've already hidden or tried to hide. That comes up. That activates something. Because you know what happens? Say you're a guy that likes motorcycles, you like American motorcycles, maybe you like old school hot rods. You don't care for four-wheel drive mud trucks and stuff like that much. You don't care for NASCAR. Maybe you got a little yellow fever. Maybe you got a thing for like tall Asian women. All that stuff figures in. They know it. They know where you stop and look at something and hover a little bit and then go on. They analyze and they decide how much you like something. You're digging and researching, and all of a sudden these things start coming up. Maybe you would like to look at this, and it's a fine-looking, tall Chinese chick in a bikini, right? Well, let's see if that distracts you and stops you and makes you forget what you're doing. Yeah, they do that. It's made to do it. And they're designing it all the time and making it better and fine-tuning it, putting you in that cat. Oh, wow, look at that motorcycle. That's pretty sweet. That's a sweet sled, man. What was I doing? Oh, wow. There's a fine-looking Japanese chick on an old-school chopper in front of a hot rod, holding a gun. Yeah, they know how to distract you, and they're doing it. They plan on manipulating everybody. They plan on playing you like a fiddle, making you do what they want, and bringing you into this new system, the cashless society, based on algorithms and credits. Credits. You work and they'll give you credits. You want those socks? Well, you're not going to get any because you said something bad about Joe Biden 4 years ago. We don't like that very much. No socks for you! They've tested little pieces and bits of that. I'm a contractor. I find work to do that is not too unpleasant and where I can make a maximum amount of money. I got a lot of choices to go through. And years ago, this is years ago, I went to a job and I even signed up and was ready to go in. And they said, we don't make direct deposits. We give you a pay card. It's better, see? And it's the first time I've heard of that. What the hell are you talking about, pay card? Oh, we give you a credit card. We load your pay on that. Really? Let me see this. I started reading all the stack of papers they gave with it. And they charge you every time you use it. They're letting you lease or rent your own money that you earned. And they charge you for everything you do. Oh, if I buy something at a convenience store to eat, that was the maximum. I think it was high too, like 5%. They make 5% off that. Or it's very specific. There's page after page of each thing. A clothing store, a convenience store, a gas station, gasoline, fuel purchases, paying your bills, everything. They got a cut of everything you did with your own freaking money. I told them to shove that. I'm not doing that. I'll work for that. Screw you and your stupid card. Well, you can opt out. Yeah, screw you. I don't work for people building something like that. Adios. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't have that option. I'm multi-skilled and I have a track record. I have a portfolio of things that I've built and designed. I have certificates, a big stack of them. Yeah, I can pick my job anywhere I want, but most people knew that they'd have to take a job like that, and they'd have to put up with whatever they gave them, their pay card, where they charge you to use your own freaking money. I remember when they first started all this stuff back in the 80s, and they said, we don't give you paychecks anymore. We're going to make direct deposits. You have to have a bank account or you don't get paid. They did that everywhere all at once. The government, of course, didn't do anything about it. They should have, because it's not in your best interest. The government's what's supposed to defend you against that stuff, but the government's owned by the banks and the corporations. So they're trying to screw the lid down. They're fine-tuning it. It's all about absolute control by any means. Hook and crook, deception, lies, and force. Well, that's about it for today. A lot of you already knew all that stuff, but it's nice to hear it and know where to look and what to look out for and what to do about it. You need to organize. You need to stick together. You need to fight it every bit you can. I don't see that happening anywhere. It happened here in Russia when they come out with the QR codes. People just quit going anywhere. They did. They were in a position to do that. They says you have to have a QR code to go to the restaurants and the events. Well, nobody went. Very, very few people. And they lost their ass. All the money just stopped. So guess what? They backed off and got rid of it. So I guess it really was about health. And they expose themselves when people see that. Oh, really? Yeah, you ran out of money. You stopped getting all that profit, so then you take it off. So yeah, it was really about health, wasn't it? They ruined themselves here. But they just keep trying. The globalists, there's globalists here, and they have a lot of power too. Russia's highly federalized, and contrary to what you're told in the media in the U.S. and Western Europe, it's a dictatorship. Putin has a lot less power than Joe Biden. The governors and the very, I don't even know their titles, but there's people that run things at the level of an oblast, a level of a region, an oblast, cities, districts. Those people, a lot of them are probably on the Western payroll in one way or another, or enthusiastic globalists themselves. The population is dead set against them, and the security networks and Putin's power group, his coalition of people, and the military. kind of like the U.S. But they don't get very far here. We also have an ace in the hole called the Orthodox Church that does have a lot of influence and power here. So it's a good place to stay. I want to stay here. I don't want to leave. I don't want to go back. They're trying to make me go back when I cross borders. I don't know what to expect. I'm still waiting for my visa, and when I get it, I'm going to go to another country and grab my money before it's worthless and come back with it. And I'm going to stay here for a few more months and try to find some way to support myself and build something and stay here. Might not be able to do it because of my experience over the past few months. I have my self-confidence is kind of eroded. Well, maybe it needs to be. I don't know. But worst case scenario, I'm going to have to go back. I'm going to reserve enough to do that. But I'm hoping I can stay here. Because if I go back, I don't even know if I'll ever be able to come home again. This is my home. If I go back and the economy completely collapses and they lock everything down again and Civil War starts or God knows what else, or World War III starts, where am I going to be stuck? I want to be stuck here, not there. Even though I'm broke and can't make any money, I'm going to keep trying. I could make money like that. I don't even care if the economy collapses in the U.S. I'll do all right. I know my way around. I know all the tricks, and I'm multi-skilled, and I can make an honest living anywhere. I can at least support myself. Can't do that here. I'm going someplace that doesn't require a COVID test because I can't afford one. I could buy everything online except that. If I go anywhere else, I'll have to get one. I have some people here that owe me some money. I'm gonna ask for it. I haven't got my visa yet, so I don't know what my time schedule is either. But that's the Uncle Bildy news. Still hanging. Well, I don't know what to even call this video. I just kind of rambled about the Davos crowd. I'll think of a title to grab some attention. My views have been going way down, but mostly because of my titles and my... I'm all over the place with subject matter. Because things change. The situation on the ground has changed. Ukraine is lost. Russia calls the shots. The U.S. can bloviate all at once, and NATO can bloviate all at once. There's a damn thing they can do except, throw the chessboard over and kill millions of people and start World War III. Will they do it? It's quite possible. It's very possible. It's starting to look like that's what they're intended to do. What can you say about that? There's plenty of people smarter than I am and that got more intel than I do, making the videos that are better than anything I can come up with. And I'll put some links in. I'll recommend them, the best that I can find. There is good things about the information war. I had this burden, I had this calling to join in and help with the information war and try to sway the American people to see what's going on, to wake the hell up. And I ran into a freaking wall because most of them just want to believe in this pragmatic exceptionalism, and they're in their Barcalounger half asleep watching their shows and their stupid crap that form their thinking into this alternative reality that's horribly destructive, and you just can't get them out of it. I've showed positive proof and tons of information and logic, and I just get, well, I get my information from many sources, and I'm pretty informed. And then they go right back to waving their little blue and yellow murder puppet flags, and I support Israel. I support Ukraine. The mask is not for you, it's to protect other people. They believe all this stuff because it sounds good. That's all they care about. They don't care about truth. They're corrupt, and they'll get what they deserve. I'm tired of gunning for them and trying to help them. They make me sick. I had a guy tell me that once. He's wearing a mask. I had one of those vents on the side of it, so he's breathing filtered air and blowing it out to the side. And he told me, the mask is not for you, it's to protect other people. It doesn't matter what's true or not. It sounds good. It makes me look virtuous, so I believe it. I choose to believe it. You choose to believe what you believe. You choose to. It's not objective reality with any of these people. They don't even look at the evidence. They just do stuff that sounds good and makes them look like a caring person or a big shot or an intellectual. We have to depopulate the earth, the planet. Man, there's too many people. They don't get what they deserve. They're going to be judged by every idle word. I'm sorry. Am I being judgy? I don't think there's any people in the adjoining rooms. I'm bothering with my noise. I don't know what time it is. Wow, it's after 7. Saturday. Russians get up late, most of them I've seen. On their free day, my erstwhile wife liked to lay around in bed till after 10 or 11 o'clock. It makes me sick. I waste a whole day like that, laying in bed. I like to get up about 5. The sun's up here pretty well up by 5. Or actually about 4:30 it starts lightening up pretty good. Can't lay around. Anyway, I got a great audience. The comments and the support, you guys, you're good. Take care. Uncle Bildy signing out.